Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah and welcome to our channel. In today's video we're going to look at some powerful poetry by Allama Khadim Hussain Rizvi rahimahullah. We'll break down the meanings behind these poems and understand the messages they carry. Let's dive in and explore these beautiful words together.
ये सरकार का दर है, दर शाह तो नहीं, जो मांग लिया और भी कुछ मांग। वो लोग जो कहते हैं कि करम उनका है महदूद, उन लोगों की बातों पे न जा, और भी कुछ मांग। दे सकते हैं क्या कुछ कि वो कुछ दे नहीं सकते, ये पास न कर होश में आ, और भी कुछ मांग। झोली ही मेरी तंग थी, क्या मांगता उनसे, वो तो कहते रहे मांग जरा।
In this poetry, Allama Khadim Hussain Rizvi rahimahullah is reminding us of something really important, that the court of the Prophet ﷺ is not like the courts of worldly kings. Kings give with limits, they choose who to favor, and their generosity eventually ends. But the Prophet ﷺ is the leader of mercy and his generosity has no end. He's telling us that when you come to the door of the Prophet ﷺ, don't hold back, don't think small, don't believe the people who say his kindness has a limit, his mercy is from Allah and it reaches everyone. So the message is simple and powerful. Never lose hope, never think your needs are too big or too small. When you ask through the Prophet ﷺ, ask with a full heart. His door is always open and his mercy never stops. Before we continue, if you're liking this style of videos, then please make sure to subscribe and leave a comment. It really motivates me to make more poetry explanations like this. Now let's move on to the next poetry.
वो जाने खबर है और हर खबर है उनसे वाबस्ता, अरे ओ बेखबर उन्हें बेखबर माना तो क्या माना। शफीओ हाकिमो मुख्तार मान इनको दुनिया में, कयामत में ये सब कुछ देख कर माना तो क्या माना। आज ले इनकी पनाह और आज मदद मांग इनसे, फिर न मानेंगे कयामत में अगर मान गया। इन्हें जाना इन्हें माना, न रखा गैर से काम, लिल्लाहिल हम्द मैं दुनिया से मुसलमान गया।
These lines reflect the way Allama Khadim Hussain Rizvi used to describe the honor and spiritual greatness of the Prophet ﷺ. Every couplet carries a strong message of yaqeen, love and reliance on the Prophet ﷺ. The same message Babaji spent his whole life teaching. When he says, "Wo jaane khabar hai aur har khabar hai unse wabasta," he's reminding us that every reality, every piece of knowledge, every hidden matter, all of it is connected to the Prophet ﷺ. The point is, true understanding comes only from following him ﷺ. Then the next couplet addresses those who don't recognize this status. He is basically saying, if someone doesn't understand the honor of the Prophet ﷺ today, then leave them to their own ignorance. Because on the day of judgment, when everything becomes crystal clear, even the biggest deniers will have no choice but to accept his ﷺ's greatness. Then comes a powerful reminder. The Prophet ﷺ is our Shafi, our guide, and the one Allah has honored as the leader of creation. Recognizing this is a part of Iman. This is the heart of the Ahl Sunnat belief that Babaji always defended. After that he gives advice full of wisdom. Aaj le inki pana, aaj madad mang inse. Because the one who rejects today, then tries to accept on the day of judgment, will not gain anything. The time to recognize the Prophet ﷺ's mercy is now in this world. Then comes the line of total loyalty. Inhe jana, inhe mana, na rakha ghair se kaam. Meaning, I recognize my Prophet ﷺ, I accepted his authority, and I never turned to anyone else for spiritual help. And finally, with a heart full of gratitude, Lillahil hamd mein dunya se musalman gaya. He is saying that because of the love and wasila of the Prophet ﷺ, he lived as a Muslim and he will leave this dunya as a Muslim. And that is the great success. These lines show Babaji's style, fearless, emotional, and full of respect for the Messenger ﷺ.
लेकिन हशर को होगा ये मालूम कि जीता कौन और हारा कौन। और हम सुए हशर चलेंगे शाह अबरार के साथ, और काफिला होगा रवां काफिला सालार के साथ। ये तो तैबा की मोहब्बत का असर है, वरना कौन रोता है लिपट कर दरो दीवार के साथ। ऐ मजहर हम भी सुनेंगे कोई नाते रंगी, घर मुलाकात हो गई शायर दरबार।
In this part of the poetry, Allama Khadim Hussain Rizvi rahimahullah is reminding us of something powerful. On the day of judgment, everything will become clear. All the arguments, all the claims, everything will be exposed. That day, people will finally see who was successful and who was truly at loss. Then he gives a message of hope for the lovers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says that on that day we will walk towards the gathering with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the leader of the entire creation. Our whole ummah will move together, and at the front will be the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself. There is no success greater than being with him on that day. Then he explains where this deep emotions come from. He says this is the impact of the love of Medina. When a person's heart is filled with love for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they can't help but cry when they reach Medina. They even hold on to the walls and doors of the blessed city because their heart is attached to every part of it. Otherwise, who would cry like that? Only true lovers understand this feeling. And at the end, the poet expresses a wish. He says that maybe one day, if Allah wills, we will also get the chance to sit with the true lover of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a real poet of the sacred court, and listen to a beautiful naat together. It's a way of saying that meeting such people is itself a blessing. This whole section shows how powerful love for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is. It guides you in this world and it becomes your honor on the day of judgment. Thank you for staying with me till the end. If this poetry touched your heart, then please subscribe and share it with others so more people can benefit, inshallah.